purpose that all are concerned about. A free and open Indo-Pacific is essential to each of our futures, our countries. The United States is committed to working with you, our partners, and all our allies in the region to achieve stability. And this is a group of particularly important because it's dedicated to the practical solutions and concrete results. And my counterparts, if you'll forgive me, I'd like to give one example of why it matters. There are many examples. But yesterday, I signed into law the American Rescue Plan to get the American people through this pandemic and kickstart our economy and our economic recovery. It's a bill that will get meaningful help into the hands of people in our country who need it the most. Consequently, this week, the OECD revised up its expected rate of growth for the United States this year as a consequence of that legislation. In fact, it doubled it from 3.2% to 6.5%, the fastest rate in 1 year economic growth since 1984. And it's critical because the OECD also predicted that the United States economic growth, fueled by the ARP and increased vaccinations, will be a key driver in global growth this year, and our trade partners benefiting around the world as a consequence. But to get this right, we all have to focus on generating domestic demand and driving sustainable global growth. And we're launching an ambitious new joint partnership that is going to boost vaccine manufacturing and for the global benefit and strengthen vaccinations to benefit the entire Indo-Pacific. We're establishing a new mechanism to enhance our cooperation and raise our mutual ambitions as we address accelerating climate change. And we're renewing our commitment to ensure that our region is governed by international law, committed to upholding universal values and free from coercion. We've got a big agenda ahead of us, gentlemen, as you well know, but I'm optimistic about our prospects. The Quad is going to be a vital arena for cooperation in the Indo-Pacific, and I look forward to working closely with all of you in the coming years. And now, Prime Minister Modi, I'm kicking it over to you. And again, it's great to see you.
Your Excellencies, President Biden, Prime Minister Morrison, and Prime Minister Suga, it is good to be among the friends. I thank President Biden for this initiative. Excellencies, we are united by our democratic values and our commitment to a free, open, and inclusive Indo-Pacific. Our agenda today, covering areas like vaccines, climate change, and emerging technologies, make the Quad a force for global good. I see this positive vision as an extension of India's ancient philosophy of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, which regards the world as one family. We will work together closer than ever before for advancing our shared values and promoting a secure, stable, and prosperous Indo-Pacific. Today's summit meeting shows that Quad has come of age. It will now remain an important pillar of stability in the region. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, Prime Minister Morrison.
President Biden for this wonderful initiative and bringing us together. And my fellow Prime Ministers, it's great to see you. Namaste. Good morning, konnichiwa, and from Australia, g'day. As we begin a new day here in Australia, it's not yet dawn, but we join together as Quad leaders of nations to welcome what I think will be a new dawn in the Indo-Pacific through our gathering. History teaches us that when nations engage together in a partnership of strategic trust, of common hope and shared values, much can be achieved. When the world emerged from the Great War and our last global pandemic a century ago, it soon found a Great Depression and another global conflict that unleashed a poverty and a devastation that was unthinkable. As we emerge from this global pandemic and the global recession, let us together create a different future. It is the Indo-Pacific that will now shape the destiny of our world in the 21st century. As four leaders of great liberal democracies in the Indo-Pacific, let our partnership be the enabler of peace, stability and prosperity, and to do so inclusively with the many nations of our region, to share in their vision as expressed through ASEAN for an open, inclusive and resilient Indo-Pacific, to respect and support their sovereignty, independence and security by upholding our values and supporting international law, and to address the many challenges we face from COVID to climate change. Know, friends, that Australia, while looking to our friends in all of these tasks, we never leave it to our friends. We'll do our share of the heavy lifting to lighten the burden for us all. I'm delighted to now hand over to my good friend Yoshi, Prime Minister Suga.
Mr. Modi and ScoMo, it is a great honor to realize the Japan, Australia, India, US Leaders Summit with all of you working together to realize a free and open Indo-Pacific. Starting with the response to the tsunami disaster that we just saw on the video, the Quad four countries transformed into a forum for diplomatic dialogue in 2007. Since then, after overcoming some difficult circumstances from around 2017, we gained fresh momentum. In October last year, we reached the stage of holding the foreign ministers meeting here in Tokyo. Less than half a year since then, we are now holding this first leaders summit. And I do feel emotional about the development. I thank Joe for your initiative. With the four countries working together, I wish to firmly advance our cooperation to realize a free and open Indo-Pacific and to make visible and tangible contribution to the peace, stability and prosperity of the region, including overcoming COVID-19. Yesterday was the 10th anniversary of the Great East Japan earthquake. We received massive support from the US, Australia, and India in our response to the disaster. Joe visited the affected area soon after the disaster, and I thank you once again. I look forward to a fruitful discussion today.
ये सीधा प्रसारण आप देख रहे थे